Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Washington Commanders and the Indianapolis Colts. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over. And how about that for some fireworks to start this one?
And the fireworks turned out to be for the kicking team, didn't they?
Yeah.
I mean, go down there, make a play, knock it free, and end up with the football. And for the team who's supposed to have the ball, now the defense has to run out on the field, see if they can slow things down a bit.
A quick scramble for the helmets, and now we switch sides. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll run with Robinson. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Throwing is Wentz. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And the Colts are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get him next time out.
And he can only manage to get a couple. Second and 8 coming up.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage.
Hey, Tuesday.
Throwing on second and 8. Ryan. And now he's going to go down in the end zone. Down goes Matt Ryan, and that's a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here, a safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any question about it. As they head out on the field for this drive, that whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
The last run got 3. Now here's second and 7. On play action, Wentz. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Wentz and Dotson, your connection there for the Commander first. Now the big story here in this one, Carson Wentz, of course, back in Indy. He was a 17-game starter as a Colts QB a season ago, picked up in a trade with Philadelphia. The numbers weren't all bad, 27 touchdowns, just 7 interceptions, but a Week 18 loss at 2-14 Jacksonville that kind of wrote the end of his time in the Circle City, and he was sent to Washington on March the 9th. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up second and 12. Second down and a run by Robinson. And some room to roam now. There he goes left side. Touchdown, Washington.
Earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, This was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and that makes this a 9-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This taken in at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Well, this defense for the Commanders, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Hey, Tuesday.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4. To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5. A give to Gibson running right. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down.
What an advantage having a lead guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
After one, it's 9-0. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Wentz to throw. And that is incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And here's Rodgers on the return. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl, and the Commanders force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
From the 29, Wentz. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Aaron Donald able to record his 5th sack of the season. By that time, it looked like he essentially just ran right into the pass rush.
Yeah, partner, I'm not much of an outdoorsman, but the fish jumped right into the net, didn't he? Because you've got to make sure that you're deep enough that you can get around the defensive end, have an angle there. But he couldn't do it because he actually cut that one off. Really nice play coming off the edge.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked up by Julian Blackmon. Well, really not much secret there. 3rd and long, Charles, and he was looking to throw the football. And I would imagine as a defender, you're kind of salivating in that spot, right?
You certainly are, because 3rd and long situations, they tip the scale towards the defense every single time. Now you're actually able to dictate and understand what the offense is trying to do. You know where the first down marker is. You set your defense that way, and maybe you can be a little more aggressive in certain situations because of that. You start focusing on your coverage assignment, and when the ball's released...
And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Cole Holcomb proving too much there for the offensive line. He gets the sack. 2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. Another try after the first down sack. Ryan. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
3rd and long, it's Ryan. That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The Colts sitting at 5-2 on the year, and they've been playing well, really well. Winners of 5 of their last 7, but losers last time out.
And they only scored 7 points in their last game, and that's absolutely not going to cut it in the NFL because points, they have to be scored in order to win. They've got to find a way to generate some more offense.
2nd down, another run with Taylor. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Campbell. And his bid for the first down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll bring up 4th down. So Ryan heads to the sideline, and out now is Rodrigo Blankenship for the Indianapolis field goal try. Blankenship's kick is good. And they are on the board. It's now 9-3. Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. It's still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the fourth quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm going to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Now Wentz. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. And now this defense has to try to... And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Commanders are going to have it here at their own 15.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And a nice run to get this up over the 20-yard line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going, and also you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Wentz going to throw. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their route, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
Able to connect with Dotson. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. A couple of first downs have them to the 40 now on 1st and 10. Play action. It's Wentz. He's going to air one out. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They fake the give. Now Wentz. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Now Wentz again. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Kenny Moore. Wow, a big mistake there. Late interception in this first half, and that could lead to a field goal try the other way.
Yeah, I think at this point you just had to say, let's take a knee and go into half and regroup. Let's just talk it over a little bit. I wonder, partner, was the analytics coach in his head a little bit? Maybe go ahead and press it and try and get some points. While the old school coach probably would have said, take the knee, let's get out of here.
Now we could see points the other way here. So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting group from Washington who are out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. Thomas has got it, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
On 2nd and 9, Wentz. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now a play fake. Wentz. Over the middle, brought in by Dotson. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Meanwhile, Wentz's throw here complete to Dotson. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Right back to him for 10 more and a first.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
On first and 10, it's Robinson. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Play action. Now Wentz. And my goodness, another interception. And the Colts are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, first and 10. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 15. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Now on second and 13. Ryan. Pressure gets to him and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. From the corner, it was Kendall Fuller with a sack.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Ryan. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it fourth down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. Shreds him with a stiff arm. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it will be Washington football now with a first and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down. If they want to take another shot and try to loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
A give up the middle to Gibson. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Complete out to Samuel on the quick throw. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That'll give him 8 that time, and it'll be second in a couple.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 45 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
On first down, right back to Gibson. Runs over him. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 11 more on that one and another first down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll run with Gibson. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Washington on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. They'll try to run with Robinson, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Brian Robinson Jr. with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. Sly on for the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Makes the score. Commanders 16, Colts 6.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
To throw again on 2nd down, Ryan. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Bobby McCain. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Straight ahead, Gibson. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. A nice effort and an even nicer stop for Kwity Paye. 2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. Running with the fullback, Alex Arma. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 3rd down, Robinson. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now. A bit of extra pressure now for this one on Joey Sly. From the left hash, this from 39. Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. Sly able to put this one through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
Well, he's had the interception woes in this one, Charles, and that time a little bold to throw it into double coverage, but he beat the double coverage.
Yeah, but I admire that he still will challenge defenders downfield, even though the ball's been in jeopardy a few times in this game. A nice ball there against multiple defenders, and they advance it downfield.
So a victory here for the Commanders. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Washington, they moved to 7-1 on the year with the victory. And they will head home next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they'll fall to 5-3 with a loss. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots.